Good afternoon, everybody. It is meteorologist Ames Weather Forecast, and welcome back to another weather update, guys. This is going to be on the tropics now, but guys, finally we are having some action in the Atlantic Ocean now, and for parts of the Gulf of Mexico there. I know Gulf of Mexico is part of Atlantic, but you know what I mean, guys. But guys, it's actually going to be a very weird system for our first system, or our first problem out here, potentially be buried now for the Atlantic. It's actually going to be inland right now. It's actually inland right now. This is where it's starting to get its energy, but it's looking like it's going to take a weird turn to the south, and it's going to be getting out to parts of the panhandle of Florida and go spill out into the Gulf of Mexico and these warmer waters there. That's where it can really get its energy. And then it's looking like by the time it gets all its energy there, it does look like it's go back up again and potentially affect some areas in the panhandle of Florida. Near the Orlando area can get affected by all the rain. Parts of the Gulf states like Louisiana and the parts of the southeast, including Georgia. Guys, it's looking like we're going to have a lot of rain with this system, guys. And again, it shouldn't make impact by next week, guys, but we're going to have a lot of new updates here. This is going to be the next thing, as it could potentially affect me too. So, guys, if you guys want to know all the updates, like the timing, the radar, everything I want to know about this potentially next system, guys, that'll all come right up. Alright guys, so now we are going to be looking at the 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook, but now finally we are going to be looking for the Atlantic. So the X is where it is currently right now. Earlier today, it was in the area of western Tennessee, there near that Memphis area, but it's starting to move just quite a couple miles north of me. Actually, I'm right in that dot over there. It's not that far away from me, guys, but it's going to be going through the next couple of days through parts of the southeast, through central Georgia. Then it's going to, by the next 5 days, this is where the development could be for a 50% chance. Now, it was actually a 40% chance just a couple hours ago, but for the next 5 days, it is a 50% chance, 48 hours, 0. So, again, there is a couple days, guys, if you guys need to prepare or anything, but it's going to be going to the south in this circle area for the 5-day, possibly for some growth. And then it's looking like it could go back into inland areas where basically the same track basically and go through these Georgia areas, potentially go through the Carolinas. Again, it just really just became a big deal now. So we don't have the track models yet, since it's not really a depression yet or a storm. So we don't have the tracks or anything. That's why I'm not going to be showing the tracks, but I'm going to be showing other stuff. Guys, now we're going to be, oops, sorry, this was for Cosme. I was only showing this guy. I'm only going to be showing this now, because I want you guys to know, like, why I'm not talking about Cosme, because Cosme actually is a tropical storm right now, but it's really going to be weakening, go to a depression now, and just some storms, so that's why I'm not going to be talking about Cosme. I forgot I actually had this tab here, but that's why I'm not going to be talking about Cosme now, because it's weakening, and it's going to be to a depression by the day ends. So, guys, just for you guys to know. Now I'm going to be focusing on this next invest. So this is actually the Lake Lanier area where next where I live right there. There's Lake Lanier. But Lake Lanier is actually not right there. They have it in some weird area. So guys, I can tell it's going to be right here in this area. It was actually right here. You're going to see it. It was for parts of western Tennessee now. Now it's getting to some areas. It's going to be getting to parts of Alabama and to parts of northwestern part of Georgia. It is going right now in this area, in this circle. It's going to be heading more. It's heading into this direction now. So later tonight, it should actually be in this circle right here. As you can tell, that's where this system is a big deal. That's where the National Weather Service has been looking at. That's where the Storm Prediction Center has been looking at, this circle area. Again, that X is not exactly where it is. Like, I know that X is for northwestern Alabama and northeastern Alabama and northwestern Georgia. I know right now it's moving towards that direction, but it's not going to be exactly where it is right now. But that's a general circle where it should be, and then that's where at that point it should be heading towards the Gulf of Mexico right here through the Panhandle. And then after that, it should get to possibly, guys, a Category 2, and it could possibly hit the Panhandle and Mobile, in that Mobile area. And it should possibly go like this maybe, and then some actually go like this. So guys, again, we still just need to wait for those tracks though. Now we're going to be looking at this wind so you guys can see it. So by the next 114 hours, this is actually the 11th of June, or July, sorry. We can already have it at 51 knots there. It's already at tropical storm winds there. And look how big these outer bands are. These outer bands are affecting the Miami area, the Orlando area. It's affecting the West Palm area, guys. It's going all the way to some of the Bahamas. That's how it's affecting. That's big. And then you're going to be feeling these winds just if you're right on the coast. Like if you're directly on the coast, a couple feet from the ocean, that's where you're going to be feeling up to parts of 22 to 34 knots there for if you guys live in the coastal areas. It's going to be a very slow moving. I can tell it doesn't move a lot. It's going to be in these warm waters. It's going to be in the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico for a long time. So it's going to be growing a lot. So by the 13th of July, you see 2 days it barely moves. It's already getting up to 60 knots at this point. It's affecting the Tallahassee area. It's bringing up to 34 knots for some areas of Mobile, Gulfport area. It's actually bringing up to possibly 50 knots in parts of the New Orleans area by this time. And as you can tell, it grows even more. It looks like it does make, the eye looks like it does make impact with parts of Mobile near the Gulfport area. It looks like it does make landfall as possibly Category 2 at 105 knots there. The other bands can get up to 50 knots. Really going to be hitting parts of the Mobile area. Really going to feel those Category 2 force winds. And next thing you know, it's actually going to possibly be affecting the, parts of the Georgia area. It's going to be ripping through parts of the Birmingham area. By the 15th of July, it's going to be still at Category 1 possibly. And then gets to 53 knots. And it could actually affect many areas in this area, partially for the Ohio Valley. Can actually bring some flooding rain there. It's still going to be at up to 50 knots. Or sorry, 46 knots there by the time it gets to the 16th of July. So that's the wind. Now we're going to be looking at vorticity. This is actually very important too. So you does see it does go down before it even becomes an invest or a big deal. And then it goes back up as possibly a Category 2. That's how 2 days in the warm waters can do damage. So by the 13th of July, you do see that that impact for parts of the coastal areas of Louisiana, heading towards the way of the Gulfport area and part of Mobile. If you look at the vorticity, if the vorticity just does more of landfall, more on the Gulfport area, you can really see all this energy right here, all the circulation, very well put together, guys, ripping through parts of central Mississippi. So if you look at the vorticity shows it going up like this, but when you look at the wind goes like this. So it's kind of different on the vorticity and all that on the map. Now we're going to be looking at the GFS model, guys, for the rain. So first, let's get all the way to the 11th of July. So we're going to see the 10th of July. Let's go to the 10th of July. Alright, so the 10th of July, we're going to have all this moisture right here. Here's a low pressure system here. It's going to be at 1,010 millibars. It's starting to bring some very heavy rain. And guys, before it even becomes an invest or a depression, it's going to be bringing heavy rain for Florida anyway. So it's going to be bringing heavy rain up to 4 days. 4 days. And then if we go all the way to the 11th of July, it does grow a lot now up to 1,008 millibars. And look at all these outer bands here. We have these outer bands. We have this rain. These outer bands is going to start affecting parts of the Miami area. If we go all the way, if we go all the way to 12th of July, it does get to 1,002 millibars. Very strong bands out there. And guys, this radar does show very different though. It shows it going to southern Georgia instead. So it looks like the European is favoring this impact right here, but the GFS is not. The GFS is showing like this, but that's why I'm also saying it can affect the Carolinas too, because the Carolinas do have a possibility, and it can get to 1,006 millibars, bring so very heavy rain out there for the inland areas on the 14th and possibly the 15th. It can bring a lot of devastating rain for the southeast for many days to come after this. So that was that. Now we're going to be looking at the rain possibilities on the GFS because the European is taking a long time to reload. So by tomorrow, you guys will be able to see both now European and GFS. As you can tell, we're going to actually have up to 7 inches for some areas right here for parts of the Florida area. Just before it even becomes a possibly depression or a tropical storm, you see how much rain these outer when it comes down. When it comes down over here for this possibility of development in the next 5 days, do you see how much rain it's still going to bring before it even becomes a big deal? Then if we go all the way to the 12th of July there, it's going to be bringing up to 17 inches off the coast of Florida. It's going to bring up to 8 for the Florida area. And then all the way to the next 10 days there, it's going to be bringing so much rain, up to 16 inches to very close to 2 feet out there for the Panhandle and the Big Bend, more like to the Big Bend, but and then it can bring up to 6 inches to up to 8 inches, possibly in the New Orleans area. and then it's going to bring in so much rain, up to 7 to 9 inches out there for southern Georgia. Can still bring up to 4 to 5 inches out there for northern Georgia out there. It's going to bring up to possibly 9 inches for the North Carolina area, and up to 5 to 6 inches to the coastal or North Carolina area. And then it's going to bring way more up to come for these areas for the Gulf, or sorry, for the coastal area of New Orleans. So guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this update, guys. I'm sorry if there's like not a lot of things like the tracks and all that, the timing, guys, because they don't really have that until it becomes like an invest yet. It's not really an invest yet because, guys, it is inland now. It will become an invest and then a depression by the end of next week, and then potentially become Tropical Storm Barry, guys, and then potentially become a very strong category 2 like a strong category 2 Barry to go through parts of the southeast. The tracks are not yet really. We should possibly have the tracks maybe out by tomorrow afternoon. Not exactly sure when they should have that out. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please never forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get to 2,000, and then the big milestone is 10,000. If you guys just press that button, I really appreciate it, guys. Bye, guys. See you guys next time.